Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. My name is Stacy. I finally found one of these pumpkin-shaped wreath forms at the Dollar Tree, and I am going to show you what I am going to do with it. So you're going to need a wreath form. If you get them, grab as many as you think you're going to need because they are flying off the shelves. Apparently our Dollar Tree had them, and somebody came in and bought them all at once. So if you see them, get them. You can order these online, but if you do, you have to order a case, and I think there was 36 in a case. So I don't want 36, so I didn't want to order them. I wanted to find them at my store. So you need this form. You also need a bag of their twine. It comes in 3 rolls. I just have one that's opened here, so cutting the tag off. And you're going to want to do this not pulling your twine from the middle. You're going to want to find the end on the outside edge of the roll. Okay, and you're going to want, if you don't use Dollar Tree twine, you need to get a roll of twine that's skinny. This roll of twine from Walmart is very hard to pass through these ribs. What I'm going to be doing is wrapping each and every one of these spokes with the twine. Through the magic of television, I have already started. This is simple and easy, but it is in no way a quick project. It's going to take you a good solid hour and a half to wrap all of these. So what I'm doing is I'm wrapping the inside spokes first, and then I'm going to start up here at the stem, and I'm going to wrap all the way around. Okay, now I have seen a few people take a second one and match it up to the other one and make a roundish pumpkin, but I think it's just too skinny of a pumpkin for my liking. So I've been trying to kind of mess with like stretching it, making it more round rather than oval, and maybe bending it a little more this way. Okay, and I'm thinking that I might like to do that. So if I set it on a shelf, it would be more round. Okay, so that's one idea. I'm making this one for my door, but I think I am going to try making one where I bend it, and then I bend another one and I put inside of there and make a round one. It's going to make a ginormous pumpkin, but I think it might be kind of fun. So anyway, just some thoughts. You do what you want to do, but I'm making this one for my door, and I want to get it all wrapped, and then I want to put one of those metal words from the Dollar Tree on it that says, I think I want to use the welcome one. Just go right across the front of it. Not sure yet. We'll see what it looks like when it's all done. And then, of course, I'll put some ribbon and some leaves and stuff on it. So let me show you how I'm doing this. So I've got my twine. I found the outside edge. It's really easy to pull it from the middle, but don't do that because you end up with your twine looking like this. I stopped using that one because it was driving me crazy. It was unrolling faster than I could wrap it. And I like to start at the top. That way all of the knots and things are down at the bottom, and so if there's any extra bulk, it stays down there. So I'm going to tie a knot at the top of the spoke. Okay, I'm double knotting it. Now I would recommend that you make sure you have enough twine. This was the end of one spool, and I've done these 2 spokes. No, I did this spoke with this one as it fell apart, and I switched to a new spool of it, and I did this one. So I think if you've got a full spool, you're good to go. And I'm thinking you can probably get one whole pumpkin out of one spool with some left over. We'll see. So then I've got this tail on my twine. I'm going to cut it down to about 1 inch long, and I'm going to put a little piece of tape, just a tiny one, around it to hold it to the spoke of the pumpkin. You don't want it to be too thick because you don't want it to bulk up. And then I'm going to take my first wrap around the back and kind of do a crisscross X kind of a thing. and then I'm just going to start wrapping. Okay, and it's once you get it started, it's a little bit easier. Oops, this needs one more wrap this way. I'm just trying to make sure I'm covering all of the wire. Okay, so the first few wraps I'm holding it up and I'm just making sure I'm wrapping tightly and covering what I need to cover. And once I get over this tape, then I can do another technique that makes it go a little bit faster. But you're going to want to wrap it tightly, slowly like this till you get past that little piece of tape. And that's going to help hold your twine on if ever in case a string breaks or something. You want to make sure you've got enough twine so that you don't have to start and stop in the middle of each spoke, because everywhere where you have a knot, it's going to everywhere you have a knot, it's going to bulk up on you. Okay, so making sure that it's all covered. All right, now I am just going to kind of roll my spool around my spoke 10 or 15 times. Just kind of getting it on there. It's going to take a little bit. Now I'm going to hold some tension on this. I'm just going to start sliding it down with my fingers and kind of twisting it. And as tension lets go, I'm pulling, you know, as extra string comes, I'm going ahead and pulling it back onto my spool. But I'm just kind of twisting this string and sliding it down so that it covers the wire. Okay, so I've got it just butting right up against the string before it. Okay, then I just hold my finger there and I wrap my spool around some more, and I keep doing this until I get all the way to the bottom. So once I get to where I'm about 2 or 3 inches away, I just cut off a big beel of string and I just start wrapping. It's just easier to cut it off than to try to keep putting that spool through down here where it's really skinny. So now I'm at the bottom and I'm going to bring my string around to the back and I'm going to bring it behind and I'm just going to tie another knot. These things are going to get covered over when I wrap all of the outside edges. Okay, so far I've got 4 and the stem wrapped, and I'm going to take a break here and I will come back when I have these last 2 done, and maybe once I've done the outside so that you can see it. So I've got all of the individual spokes wrapped, and now I'm going to start wrapping the outside edge. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to start up here at the stem. Now I went ahead and wrapped the stem when I wrapped the first spoke that kind of matches up with the stem. Then I went ahead and went around and down below and went ahead and wrapped that. Then this is an individual one and all the rest of them stand alone. So I'm going to tie a knot around the top edge. I'm going to clip my tail and I'm going to tape it down. Now I am making sure that I have enough twine to go all the way around. I'm pretty sure I do. And I don't want to be starting and stopping a whole bunch of times. So this is going to be a little harder to wrap because there's not as much room in between. I can't pass my spool sideways, so I'm going to have to go this way with it. Okay, took quite a bit of time to wrap this in twine, but it is done. Now I have a couple of options. I want to be able to hang this on my door, and right now it's kind of plain and I have kind of a cream colored door. So I was thinking of taking one of these placemats that I got at Dollar General and putting that under there to bring it out. And it just barely fits. So I'm going to do the best I can to make this wire flat. So that it'll lay on here. And then I'm going to glue it on before I cut it, because it's too I just want to make sure that it's gonna fit. So I'm going to glue it on, and then I'm going to use my craft knife to cut around the edges. So I've got my glue gun heating up. The other option I had was I was going to take some of this baker's twine that I got at Joann's last year after Halloween and wrap just to get some color on there, but I think I really like the way the placemat looks. Another option was to use one of these metal words from the Dollar Tree. Ooh, that on there. That also looks nice. I'm going to turn this over to the white side so you can maybe see it a little more. Okay, so it depends on which look you like the best. Okay. You decide. Since this is for my front door, I asked my husband's opinion, and he prefers the placemat, and I think I do too. I like the color that it brings out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down here at the bottom, and I'm going to put glue on the back of my form. And I'm very carefully going to make sure that I've got it in frame while it's still warm. And I'm going to push down on that and get it to bind to that placemat. I think it is also binding to my desk, but I'll deal with that in a minute. Alright, this is parchment paper. I like it better than wax paper when I'm gluing. It just releases the glue a little bit better. Alright, now I'm just going to take my glue gun and work my way around the edge, and I'm hoping this is going to stick well. I'm going to get out one of my new silicone finger protectors that I got at Dollar Tree. Slip it on my pinky finger, or my index finger rather. And I'm thinking one on my thumb if it'll fit, because I am squeezing this together and the glue is kind of oozing out, so this is going to protect my fingers. Okay, I'm going to come back over to the other side, and I'm going to get this other side glued down next. What's really cool about these is they're silicone and it's just peeling right off. Awesome. I made a little mess down here. They're a little bit difficult to work with because you can't feel as well through them, but I think it's a good thing. So I'm just holding my frame close to the placemat and running my glue gun underneath of it, so I don't have to pull it, because if you pull it too far up, it's going to pull it off where it's already sealed, and I don't want that. Okay, I'm running a little short on the top, so I'm going to make sure I've got glue where I can get it. I don't care about the glue that's oozed on this side because that's going to be cut away. But the glue that oozed on the other, I needed to get off. So I'm just trying to figure where I can put glue safely. Pushing, ouch, pushing it down. Trying to kind of push it down on the inside first so that the extra glue rolls to the outside. Now I have a gap here, but I'm going to put some leaves on, so I'm hoping that that will cover that. But I have another idea in mind. So I'm going to cut off a piece from down here at the bottom, and I'm going to kind of try to match the colors a little bit and glue that on the back. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to put glue all along the border, and I'm going to put glue right there. And then I'm going to match my colors as best I can and push it down. And then I'll get trimmed so it looks like that on the back. But I think it's better to have that little extra in there. Okay. I'm going to take off my silicone fingers because I think I'm done with the glue. And I'm just going to kind of, using my fingernails, kind of scrape away the excess while it's soft. Okay. Now I just need to cut it. And I'm going to try using my scissors first. See how that goes. Trying to be very careful not to cut my twine, because after all, I just spent 2 hours wrapping this thing. Okay, so that gets that off. That gets that piece out of there. All right, now we need to decorate. Let me grab a few supplies and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have these leaves from the Dollar Tree. I have some oak leaves, some maple leaves, and some dark maple leaves. I think these might be too big. These from the Dollar Tree have a wire on them. And it allows you to wire them wherever you want them to go. But, excuse me for just a second, I think these are too big. So let's see what these look like. That could work. I could cut them down, I suppose. I have some colored leaves. I have these gingham leaves from Hobby Lobby, but those won't do. I do have some smaller maple leaves, but I also have these colored leaves. I kind of like these small maple leaves that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. but you can get some very similar to that in packets with these kind of leaves at the Dollar Tree. I just don't have them on hand. I kind of like that. Maybe a little yellow or red. Oh, there's red in there. Okay, how about something like that? Like that, and then a flower. I am liking that. I am going to need a bow for this though. Let me get some supplies and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have one of my junk bows left over from when I was doing all those pumpkin crafts. If you want to know how to make these, go look at that pumpkin craft video where I stuck 3 pumpkins together. That's what this is. And I'm thinking this junk bow works pretty good on here with the red flower and the leaves below. I think I like that. So all I gotta do is attach it all. Okay, there's my leaves. Now I'm gonna put the junk bow on. And all the junk bow is scraps of ribbon, approximately 6 to 7 inches long, depending on how big you want it, layered up and twisted together with a pipe cleaner is what I like to use. Some people like to use wire. Oh, and then I also put a few pieces of hemp cord in the bow just to give it some stringy lookingness, some fibers, some yarn. You put in what you like and whatever you have scraps of. That's what's great about a junk bow is you can use up scraps. Okay, I just trimmed off as much as I could off the back of this flower stem. And I'm going to put a good glob of glue on that. And boom, right down in the middle. All right. There you have it. I think it's pretty. I like it a lot. Okay, now to go hang it on the door. If you like this project, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so by hitting the subscribe bar down below and the notification bell. If you hit that, it'll let you know every time I post a new video. So I hope you like this fall project. It will probably be one of my last fall project videos. I'm ready to switch back to Christmas. My fall craft sale season is just about over and my house is pretty much decorated, so I probably won't be doing too much more in the way of that. So this has been Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.